Okay, guys, coffee rant coming at you. Gotta seize them while they're here. I just had a second swig of coffee. My meta philosophical attempt at solving some of the mysteries of life. So, when you're out here on the water, it's not the only thing. It could be a lot of things, right? But basically, when you're doing something that simplifies your life, you know, like I notice when I go on a scooter trip, after about a week, my entire world just funnels down into my scooter and what I have on my scooter. My tent becomes my home, my sleeping bag becomes my bed, my scooter becomes, you know, my horse or whatever, you know. The food that I get throughout the day is, you know, it just really funnels a person's life down to a manageable level. That's, I think, one of the great things about having adventures and doing it in a minimalistic, you know, simple way, kind of back to basics way. And so I know, you know, on this shanty boat trip, for example, I'm feeling really excited to be back on the river this morning. I'm like, we're moving down the river, and it's, you know, yesterday after all day, I was kind of ready to get off the boat, you know, and it happens. But today I'm like rejuvenized, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, it's because I solved a little problem, you know. We went through all the trouble of getting some extra fuel on board this morning. Trouble, you know, but it was like, you know, walking through the mud and, you know, hauling back, you know, a bunch of gas, right? So once that problem is solved, it's like, it satiates that human need I have to problem solve. And then once the problem is solved, I can have a little temporary sigh of relief. But when you have a really complicated life, you know, when we're back home kind of living our normal lives of, like, you know, mortgages and houses and keeping bosses and wives and husbands and everyone happy and managing the really impossible level of complication that modern life throws at us, you never really get those moments of satisfaction. And so it just kind of compounds on itself over and over until a person snaps. So that's one of my arguments for, you know, give yourself a break and go backpacking, or just, even if you only have a day or a weekend, you know, just get away from it all. It does take more than an overnight. It takes more than 48 hours. And that's, you know, maybe some people are different, but for me, it takes like 2, 3, 4, 5 days until I can settle into a new mode where my deeper self starts to adjust to a simpler lifestyle. So hopefully that made sense. As always, thanks for listening, guys.